All right, guys, let's check out another Zodiac, quickly becoming one of my favorite brands. This time, checking out, I think, current snapshot in time, their most expensive model they have right now, the Titanium Super SeaWolf Pro. This thing is $2,495. So, and I think you're getting a heck of a watch for that price point. This is called the ZO3550. I'll put a link down below. It'll be a direct link to Exquisite Timepieces. Big thanks to Exquisite Timepieces down in Naples, Florida, and the crew there for hooking me up with this watch so I can check it out and share it with you guys. These are going to be super hard to find. They only made 282 of these. This is number 278. I will show that on the case back. Fairly certain I am going to purchase this watch. So I'm not sure if they have any more of these. These are getting very difficult to find, like I said. This particular model anyway. And you guys know I already like titanium. This is a grade 2 titanium. And I really like the Super SeaWolf Pro. I already owned the watermelon and the creamsicle, or whatever you're going to call it. And I would love to add this one to the collection. So I'm going to try to figure that out. Let's get into the watch now, guys. The case on this is actually about 40 and a half, but that overhang of the bezel is what brings it to the 42. So it's kind of like the Tudor Pelly. I've exposed that too, where it's kind of more of like a 40 or 41 case. This one's a 40 and a half, bezel's 42, so it looks more like a 42, wears more like a 40 and a half. And then with the titanium, super comfortable. Lug to lug, 49.4. You can see you have an all satin finish on this thing, and then you have nice turn down to the lugs. So 49.4 millimeter lug to lug. Thickness, 14.4, a little bit on the thicker side of things. A standard like Seiko SKX is 13.5 millimeter. So 14.4 for this size watch, it still balances out really good. And keep in mind, that's including the double dome sapphire crystal with AR coating. 20 millimeter lug width there, so you could put a different strap, whatever your favorite one is, onto this watch. I don't know why you would change out the bracelet, though. The bracelets on these are phenomenal. I actually even like the butterfly clasp that these come with, and you guys know I'm traditionally not a fan of the butterfly clasp, but because this one has a little trick up its sleeve, it has that little spring action right there, and then you have the shorter links, so you can really dial in the fit on these. Not a bad design at all. Bracelet also tapers down to 18. 7 millimeter screw down crown, keeping the 300 meter water depth rating on this. Not sized. All the links weighs at 115 grams. So you're going to drop a little bit of weight when you size it down. Or if I size it down to my 7¼ inch wrist, it's probably going to be closer to like 110, 109, somewhere in there. For a reference, the stainless steel variant sized for my wrist weighs 156. So almost probably a 50-gram difference. You definitely are going to notice that. Of course, you're going to notice, the tone, the matte gray tone of a grade 2 titanium versus the stainless steel. Some don't like it, some do like it. I happen to like it. Inside this is the Sellita SW200, but in chronometer grade. So I did pop this on my watch polygraph, the time grapher. I will include a short clip of a video at the very end of this video, so you can see that it is running basically plus minus 0. It's spot on. All three of these run that way. Their accuracy is just phenomenal. It's exactly what you would expect out of a chronometer grade movement. So 120 click bezel. I have to say the bezel action on this is really good, because oftentimes when you go to a titanium bezel on a titanium watch, they just feel weird, and this one feels nice and solid still. It's definitely lighter feeling, but it's very crisp. Let's zoom in, take a closer look at the colors on this. That green is not as vibrant as, say, the watermelon, okay? It's a different shade of green. You can clearly see there. They used all different colors on this thing. So you have more of an orange chapter, orange minute hand, whereas on the watermelon, it was more of that watermelon red on the minute hand and on the chapter, and then you had that really vibrant green on the watermelon. So this one is a softer, more light colored green with that pop of orange. And then you also have that same color from the bezel tied into the indexes. And the second and the loom on the hour hand. So I think the colors work really good. I had to kind of grow to like them. I have to be honest, when I first looked at this watch, I was more of a fan of the watermelon. But as time has went by and I've looked at pictures, actually my good buddy Greg Wood posted up a phenomenal picture. I'll ask him if I'm allowed to borrow that picture. He did an amazing picture of this watch in Chicago. If he'll allow me to use that picture, I will put a still of it at the very end of the video. Amazing picture. I'm sure he'll be fine with it. I hope. So here's a look at the case back. You can see this is number 278 of 282, and Greg's is actually number 282 of 282. So very cool to have that number for sure. I would be happy with this 278, no problem. All right, let's zoom back out. Let's pop this on wrist. And there it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. It is so comfortable, so lightweight. I really even like the stainless steel ones. So when Zodiac made this in titanium, I knew I was gonna like it, but legit, I had to like kind of warm up to it. I think it was the black dial that was kind of throwing me off with the color tone of the bezel. But now I actually really dig it. Okay, now the light show, guys. This is incredible. This is my favorite, one of my favorite parts of these watches. So here's the titanium, and I didn't even need to cheat and blast it, guys. They're just such a joy to look at when the lights go out. And you can see you have like more of a VGW9 on the handset, on the titanium one. Just killer looking watches, day or night. Much more fun. I think life is short. I think that's why I'm really embracing these Zodiac, the pop of colors. And I hope to have more Zodiac on the show really soon. More serious note, less playful when it comes to the color department. A lot more conservative. So stay tuned for those as well, because they can do that very good as well. So I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.